Hello, one and all. How are you all tonight? I am doing just fine myself. Um, I'm sorry about no Canadian snack video today, but you did get the milk video. I hope everybody liked the milk video that's watching. I just want to get something out. Give me a second. Excuse me. Okay, I am back. I just wanted to get the info on my character. Got my chat up. Okay, where did I send my? So yeah, so we are doing Dust Angel tonight. Dust Angel is a demon. Hopefully, I put out the link for people to come in. Hopefully, we will have some people in a bit. Uh, just trying to think of a pose that I want to do for him. So he has hypnotic powers via his eyes. What people think are his eyes. He has flight. He can cloak, phase, human allies. Has supernatural strength, speed, and agility. God had given him a fighting ability before becoming a demon. And he is a manipulation master. His first appearance was in the Canadian Shield #1. He's 8'12". His eyes are black and he has no hair. So I know there's not too many people. We got 3 watching. Anybody feel like asking a question or anything? Feel free. I will do my best to answer. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat to know what's going on. So I was watching a couple of nice quote unquote musicals today. Deadpool the musical. So I did tweet that out. Hopefully, other people saw it. I thought it was hilarious. Yes, there is a bit of language in it, but what do you expect? It's Deadpool, right? So yes, I am live drawing my demon, Dust Angel. He was created at an unknown time before Adam and Eve fell into sin in the garden.
Call from Gord Brown.
Sorry, Gord. Let's see. Commented from John. Let's see. John commented on something here. Let's go and check it out. Oh, he liked my comment on his speed video drawing of Superman. So okay, we know what John was saying now, so we will go back to drawing. So yes, an unknown time. He was under Gabriel's command prior to Lucifer's rebellion. Um, and as you may or may not know, as far as where most theologians I think are concerned, Gabriel was in charge of the messenger type angels, although in my continuity before Satan fell, there were no real warrior angels. Because, why do you need warrior angels if there is no one to fight? The warrior caste of angels came to be after the fall of Lucifer. Lucifer had approached him to join him in a revolt against God. Dust Angel, although not named Dust Angel then, listened to Lucifer's arguments in his quest to overthrow God, then said, "Let me think about it for a little bit." Yeah, well, I think we all know what he ended up deciding. He ended up deciding, but Lucifer agrees to this, but tells him this, to not think for too long, or Dust would be in trouble when Lucifer's revolt began. He decides to join Lucifer's quest with wholeheartedly. After their defeat, by God Almighty, Dust rejected his decision to the point he wanted to royally kick himself. And he said to himself, "If I am to be damned, I might as well make everybody's life miserable." And after the dust clears, Lucifer's new name, puts all of his followers to be trained for combat under the warrior class angel who had followed. Although I said there was no warrior class, I guess Satan creates a warrior class in his thing, and the one that he thinks is best for that. Let's see. Not sure who. Dust was trained for a couple of 100 years. When he decided to abandon the ranks, he went AWOL. He became a rogue demon, not listening to no one. He did this to keep his promise to himself to cause havoc and misery on the creation, and he did so for millennia, you know, all the while. And when he attached himself to several people in over the years to be their sort of protector. Bad people, of course. In this case, he ended up taking up with a human he protected in the background named Martin. When Martin Curvis was born, aka Dust Angel decided to personally involve himself in influence of circumstances of Marvin's life. At a critical point, Marvin's adult life reveals himself. Oh, I didn't think he did. Okay, reveal to Marvin. He saw a large, powerful, ugly being in a terrifying, deep-voiced dust angel. Intimidates him into working with Marvin in his criminal affairs. Okay, some of this I forgot. But it's cool. We're down to one watching. Oh well. With Marvin in his criminal affairs. Some other than present day exploits of dust angels are not to me known. In other words, who he's helping out besides, Marvin. We're not talking about Marvin the Martian. Marvin Curtis, aka Dust. I'm just gonna have to change some of my scripts then. A little bit of dialogue. I like going over stuff like that. It gives you new, maybe not motivation, but new insight. Because I had forgotten that Marvin actually knew that this creature, this demon, was working with him behind the scenes. So he sort of gets to call on him. Says something like, Dust Angel, where are you? Dust, my angel, where are you? I need your help. That actually works a lot better than what I would have thought, what I have been doing so far. I've only written this the characters a couple times so far. I've only had to write them a couple times, so I haven't done everything. But changing a little bit of script dialogue won't be too hard. In a couple scripts. Since I seem to probably end up having the time, I will end up coloring my Sailor Moon from the other day. Said I might, so it was probably, I think it was supposed to be done Friday, but oh well, stuff happens. No, I still have to put on the wings here. I did, as you notice, went with a slightly different pose. Hey, Trusty. It is going not too bad. What about yourself? It's not bad considering I'm keeping watch by my elderly father in a rehab center where he is currently a patient. Yeah, that's doesn't sound good. Uh, he is sleeping peacefully now, which is a blessing. Yeah. What's he in rehab for? If it's not too much, it's not too, private. Is he recovering from some sort of injury or something else, or he had a bladder infection to start with? That is gone, but it kicked into dementia. His dementia to go high gear. Yeah, I know that feeling. I had a grandmother um, that took a fall. She was starting to show signs of Alzheimer's, which is, as you probably know, a kissing cousin to dementia, and she ended up having an operation, and it, I wouldn't say kicked it into high gear, but it kicked it up a couple notches for sure. So after my grandfather died, her husband, we had to put her into a nursing home, which was hard to say it nicely. So now he's doing physical and occupational therapy, and the doctor's trying to get his meds sorted out and get him back on a regular sleep schedule. Yeah, that's always good to get these people on a regular schedule. I was involved with my grandmother on that basis, but on my dad's side, my grandfather got dementia there too. So, although I wasn't involved with a lot of that, I did see him in while he was in the hospital. So, it's always hard, and I hope you don't have to go through that part. I will try to remember to keep you in my prayers. I say try because, too often we say we're going to do something and we don't because of whatever dumb forgetfulness of our lives. Get busy doing stuff that doesn't matter. And focus on stuff that doesn't matter instead of focusing on stuff that does. And I will try to get my mom to pray as well, you know. Maybe even before I end the stream a little bit later, if you're still here, you can say a little prayer. Sort of like what John did for Brandon and his wife this morning. I wanted to join you guys for John Court. Yeah, understandable. Very understandable. Oh, I am drawing my character, Dust Angel. He is a demon. I don't mean to laugh, but you know, just I don't know. Talking about stuff like this. I know it's not demonic influence, but it certainly can prey. Demonic influence can prey on our lives in other ways with stuff like this happening. Yes, I am using a Copic multiliner, refillable. I am using the small brush one. Or that's what I think the BS stands for. Brush small. Hope it doesn't stand for the other term BS usually stands for. Cool. Well, mine I haven't got as a set. I've been buying. I bought a bunch of the non-refillables together, and I'm slowly trying to buy myself one by one a full set of the refillables. You know, for they're like just under $11 a piece, the refillable ones. So babysitter. Not sure what you mean by babysitter. You said something about BS. Oh, babysitter. Yeah. Can you? I doubt it stands for babysitter, especially on a brush or on a Copic multi-liner. I think I'm gonna have to get a new some new refill for it soon. No, this one I use it a lot, so. Uh, so, do the refillable ones have metal or plastic bodies? It feels metalish to me. Sure. Yeah, the feel is way different. Um, that feels plastic, or that does feel metalish, you know. Hello, Burning One. You drew a reindeer today. Cool. I think next week I'm going to actually do a special drawing. I'm not going to draw one of my characters per se. I am going to draw my version of. I'm going to do a tropical. I shouldn't say my version, but a tropical version dressed Santa Claus. And then instead of doing a Frosty, I'm going to do a who I call Dusty the Sandman. In other words, he looks basically just like Frosty, but instead of being made out of snow, he's made out of sand from for tropical climates. Okay, see you, Trusty. Well, it's anamorphic, but it's supposed to be Dasher. Did you give him speed powers? Okay. See you, Trusty. I will try to remember to keep you in my prayers for your father, you and your father. And if you've yet to, Trusty, if you're still here, check out my milk video. It's about 7 minutes long. So how are you doing this evening, Dasher? I mean, Burning One. Just getting hot, so I took off my sweater. Yeah, I gotta go buy an insert for this because it's getting dry. Trying to do that tomorrow. We're down to just me again. The original Rush. Oh, excuse me. Ah, the great Mr. Shipment is on. Oh, hey, Trusty, I'm back. Dad woke up and needed help getting to the bathroom since he's so groggy. He's resting in now. Oh, that's good. This is the most he has been able to rest since he got here. Whatever the doctor gave him, I want some. Yeah, I've got a story I'm working on. I've got a 6 pager, but I'm trying to make it longer, take it in a slightly different direction than what I've put in. I've got to work on it, and I will be doing the art, everything. Well, or maybe the coloring. I don't know. Although I must admit, I'm a little bit out of my element. Horror is not really my thing, so I don't really ever get scared at horror movies or anything like that. I get creeped out because of the blood and guts. I do not like blood and guts. Hey, John. What? I mean, what? Horror is not my wheelhouse either. I'm not a scaredy pants. Not even close to a scaredy pants. Yeah, um, maybe. Go. Brush. Maybe. Maybe. Too light. Come on. Nice bright blue. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's see. I feel like I can drop down a mountain with the edge of my hand. Cool. And what has got you feeling so jacked? Oh, Mr. Dillard, who games the system. Cross Comics. Where are all the white women at? I have no idea. Man, give me some of whatever you're having. I think they're all in California. Having chuck steak and pork and beans. Cool. That has got you feeling jacked. Uh, hello, Abel. Okay, Abel, how are you? Raw, baby. I'm just always feeling jacked. Feeling jacked is my default setting. Oh, that is good, I guess. Yeah, baby. Yeah, it just seems you're feeling extra jacked tonight. How are you tonight, Abel? Let's see. Painting. Tis, tis was the night before Christmas. Watercolor. Cool. Want to do it on camera? And it's a raffle prize for my kids group. I'll post it when I'm finished. Cool. So this Saturday, I'm going to have a little bit of a contest for Christmas prize. Going to come on, present 7 questions. And then I'll be off, and well, the contest will be open till Monday morning for people who can get these 7 Christmas trivia questions correct. Or the one with the most. Correct, anyways. And more accurately, biblical. Christmas questions. Hey, good dog. Hey, Vane. No, I'm not going to give a sample question. They're going to be a bit tricky biblical Christmas questions. At least a good 5 of them are, I think. Okay. Glad to see you here, JP. And the prize is just going to be, commission or one of my picks that I've already done. Like I said, they're going to be tricky ones. They're going to be questions that most likely everybody thinks they know the answer to off the bat. But they don't necessarily know the answer. Trying to think of a example question without giving something away because I knew the type of question I wanted and I went to a website and found it. Let's see. Maybe I can see if I can find it, the website again. or questions from the web is similar. Let's see. Maybe a different subject. I don't like your questions. No, it's supposed to be a learning experience in this case. Which is the only gospel to mention the Magi? Well, it's something like that. Trusty. Although that particular question is not on it. Might have the Okay, I actually found the site, but I'm going to ask a question not from my questions. Um, do, 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 do. I'm just trying to. Okay, here's one. And it's fairly simple, but it could be slightly tricky. Uh, when the sh- uh, when the shepherds went looking for Jesus, what was the sign they were to look for? Hey, Mighty Geek, if you want to come in, Mighty, you should have a link. In the usual spot. So there is the. I'll keep that up. Yeah, that's one thing. No, the sign that the shepherds were given was to look for a, how does it put it here? A, a baby wrapped in swaddling cloth and lying in a manger. Luke 2, verse 12. Yep, hopefully across comments. No, wrong. Wrong? What's wrong? And mine is open to anybody who wants to enter. So I'll do a short thing on Saturday afternoon with the questions. And everybody will have to Monday my stream in. he's just he's just joking around, Mighty Geek. I know he is. Because some people might just say cloth, and I might give them half a point for that. But the person who says swaddling cloth, well, that question's not on the so, but using that as an example, you know. Well, Manny's on. Cool. Yeah, I know. A lot of people get the notification at the same time around here. I just say the things to say things. This one is Dust Angel. Uh, I did go over his history a little earlier in the stream and his powers. I'll go over his powers again in a second here. Uh, I know this is a joke, but I'm not sure what the answer is. So, who, John? Um, anyways, his powers are hypnotic. He has hypnotic powers via his eyes. Flight can cloak phase human people if he wants to. Supernatural strength, speed, and agility. And he has a fighting ability. He's trained in some fighting, and he's a master manipulator. And it's too dark. He could say John, but I'm waiting for a joke of some sort. You coming in the panel, Mighty Geek, or what you doing tonight? Hello. So he's saying,
Oh,
no joke. I don't know who would. I don't know who would have been the strongest
strongest
of
opponent.
all.
I was waiting for a joke too.
But he just said serious. No joke. Just curious. Um. Well, we know Peter and some of them were fishermen. So back then, that would have required a bunch of strength.
Yeah.
You know, pulling in those nets and stuff each and every day. Um, Matthew was a tax collector, so he probably wasn't all as strong as say Peter or any of the fishermen in the team. Um, I'm trying to think of all the other quote unquote apostles from biblical times. All the disciples who became apostles, what their occupation was beforehand, because that could possibly tell you something
Yeah.
for their strength. Who might be, could never know for sure. Let's see. Probably the fisherman would have been the strongest. See, it's like I'm reading Rick's mind. uh, we know Judas Iscariot was a zealot, so they did have some. They were somewhat warriors, rebels. No, he wasn't. There was Judas the zealot as well as Judas Iscariot. So he might have been somewhat strong because he was a fighter. Because zealots were fighters, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Zealots usually are fighters.
Depending on how well he was trained or whatever. So
Yeah. Judas has always been depicted as a warrior type, so we have to take that into account. So
yeah, like I said, there was two Judases: Judas Iscariot and Judas the Zealot. Um, I'm not sure what Iscariot did for sure. So, but he seemed to be. I know he did take care of the money, so he must have been good, somewhat good with money too, for them to even appoint him to that.
mhm.
Rick doesn't consider the Apostle Paul official canon. Yes, I do. Hey, Abel. Okay, see ya, Abel. But Paul before he became one of the apostles. He was a, I wouldn't say a theologian, but he was a scholar of sorts.
Mhm.
He became a tent maker, so that at some point would probably require some sort of strength, but I don't think it would require the same strength as a fisherman. I could be wrong. Definitely, I don't think it would require as much as a regular warrior.
Bladesmiths, you will have 5 days at your home forge to complete this challenge. At the end of 5 days, you'll return and present your blades to a panel of experts.
What are you watching?
Your weapon. They declare one of these forged by a champion.
Or your who's ever around you?
Oh, and the TV's just on.
Uh,
Oh, that's coming from the other room.
yeah, he was a hunter of Christians. That was beforehand, but he went after them, but he was just bringing documents. He could have had some strength, but we know he studied under Gamaliel for his knowledge of scripture. So that's why I say he was more of a
Scholar than that.
than and he's just one like who went after the Christians, because he felt they were disrespecting his religion. Because Christians back then were just another sect of Judaism. Paul was basically Van Helsing. Yeah, but see, back then he didn't have to do the hard work. All he had to do was get people, soldiers of some sort to come with him, and they do all the, heavy
The hard
lifting.
work.
They do all the restraining. All he has to do is show that he has the paperwork for it. So I know we always say he murdered people, but it was more he had people put to death. He probably didn't do the deed himself. Most likely. I could be wrong. I don't mind admitting I could be wrong. I'm just going based on the little bit that I know. Paul Van Helsing sounds like the character for Tales Beyond the Gate.
Yeah.
It isn't stated, what isn't stated anywhere? That he didn't kill anybody personally? True. But he was going down with papers to show that he was able to get these people, We seen him at, I think it's Steven Stoning. He was just holding the coach. He didn't even pick up a rock to do anything. I know I'm guessing and surmising based on bits of information with him, being a scholar. I'm studying under Gamaliel. I believe that is stated. I'm not sure where offhand. He might even said it. Trusty Sidekick says, when in doubt, ask Mike S. Miller. John Dillard says, you sound like a fan of that idiot Peter. Hey, I'm for both of them. I have nothing against either one. I'm just stating what I think I know. And I'll admit that it's what I think I know. And a lot of it is subjective. I think that's the right word. Subjective. Yeah, I know that's not canon. It's not canon of scripture, but I'm not even sure whether one would say it's canon of history. Of what happened to people. It is supposed to be a historical document based on what happened to people, based on various things that they found out historically. I know that sounds really theological or whatever. Not, of course. Because I know archaeologists and historians, they get information besides what happened to the Christians, besides from
The Bible itself, yeah.
yeah. And I think Fox's Book of Martyrs is written by some historians. I'm not sure who it's written by offhand. Fox? Not, I don't know much about Fox offhand. So. Next, Rick is going to question recording the Gospel of Judas. I don't think so. Historians, I know, do not give that a fair shake at all because of reality. Are those red things on his are like legs or wings? Although you might be able to use them as weapons, but they are supposed to be wings. Looks like Speed Racer Mach 5 logo.
It does.
I guess the symbol on his chest. Well, I don't remember ever seeing Speed Racer before designing him. Let's see, Chelsea. Well, my mom has arrived to take over staying with my dad. I'm heading home. Thanks for keeping me company, Rick. I enjoyed it. Night all. Night, trusty sidekick, anytime. You have a good night, and we will keep your dad in our prayers. Just for those that might not know, who weren't listening earlier, his dad has getting a bit of dementia and is in the hospital after some sort of operation. I think having which put it into overdrive, the thing from a bladder infection. But
Wow.
the operation kicked his dementia into overdrive. So if you can keep Trusty Sidekick dad in your prayers and him and his family.
No, we will.
Right. I think that's the best time I've ever drawn. The best drawing I've ever done of him. Putting that shading in does a lot. It's 12:01 already. Cool. I think. Cool. Oh. Turn it around so everybody can see. Best angel. For everybody watching. There we go. In full view. But, well, I know you didn't get here too long ago, Mighty, but I think I'm gonna. I've been at this 2 hours approximately. So I want to be up for John's stream in the morning.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to end for now.
Ooh.
So you want to let people know where they can find you at?
Well, normally you can find me on YouTube on the Mighty Geek Studios. You can also find me on Twitter at Mighty Geek 21.
cool. I am Rick Piper, Cross Comics. You can find me here daily, Monday through Friday, drawing something either digitally or traditionally. And you can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook under the moniker of Cross Comics. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Be sure to check out my other content. I'm not sure whether anybody checked out my milk video from earlier today and what they thought. I know Miss Game in the System dropped in as I was doing it live. She liked it. So I show the how the bag thing works here in Canada for milk. So I guess that's it for now. Check out all the links in the description. Not that there's many. Well, there's everything for me. And I'll make sure Mighty Geek stuff gets in there. So we will see you later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day.